Hey there, everybody. So, my name is Trudy, and I just did an audio about my trafficking story, part one. This will be my trafficking story, part two. Part one was really very difficult to fix and to upload. Not to mention, it is already warfare just to upload this video. They don't want me to say anything. Listen, I was trafficked when I found a little bit of light, a little bit of peace. I was trafficked. And how I was trafficked, I'm sorry, I just ate some rice with a lot of pepper in it. But how I was trafficked, let me just abruptly start somewhere, okay? As I'm speaking, I'm being recorded. So the minute I chose to speak, I'll be recorded. Sometimes when I speak, there are flies coming in. And for the people that know about these type of things, they will understand. But I don't care. What happened was I was 18. I just got 18. So it started with 17, going to like internships. 18, I went to another internship here in my hometown. And these internship people, I didn't know, but they were Satanists. And I was working there, I was doing internship there. And after my work and my input and me just trying to sell things to them, to the clients, because it was a clothing shop, um the internship leader, the one that was more close with me, obviously asking me questions and stuff, finding means on ways to traffic me, he kind of like threw me to a high ranking occultic culture. And he was like, if they couldn't do it, watch me send you to these people, this place, and see if you're still that powerful, if you're still protected or something like that. So he did that. And what they did is they went on Tinder, because he knew that I was on Tinder, and I was a pretty neglected child, very neglected, very alone, character assassination within my family, scapegoated. And I went on Tinder, right? And on Tinder, he recruited a group of boys and girls to come on Tinder and to like talk with me, right? So that was the plan. And I do remember one of the internship leaders saying something like, when I was working and I would stand for hours, no break, nothing. And then the girl said, leave her alone. Just leave her alone. I remember her saying something like, why? Leave her alone. Like, and she was trying to get me out. She was like, she would always try to get me out of the shop, but I didn't know that that was what she was trying to do. Okay, so basically, now I'm on Tinder and I meet one of the agents that he kind of like recruited through Tinder. And they gave me advice like, give her a kiss, like just go for a kiss or something like that. And when I met her, before she left, I gave her a kiss. And she just started, like, it was just like dating, like messaging. She was messaging very strange things. Like, I'm not really sexualized, so she was like talking about sex and stuff like that. It's like, why is she doing that? And then but then she will change it up. So she will see that, oh, I don't like that, and then she will just not do that. And then I realized that, oh, maybe she is not maybe she was just doing it to show off or something, I don't know. And the first thing I would talk about was my family. I would always talk about my family, how my family's not there for me. It's like that was my weak spot, how I was neglected. That was my weak spot. And then she was like, oh, yeah. My little sister always get more the attention, and da 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 da. Da. And she was trying to like level up with me, like just like how narcissistic people do. She would have things in common with me, and um, so now what I remember is that I always had like some type of lack, because I was supporting myself all the time, and I was just lonely, man. No family. I had a best friend, and she was my only real family, together with her mom and her sister. So they were like really kind of family to me more. And her mom liked me for who I was. She saw different things that my mom would say, and I was myself. So basically, what happened is I went to the city that this person was with during the internship, and she would just be like comforting and not knowing that she was a shapeshifter. So she was shifting a lot. She was like shifting a lot. But by that time, she had already done something to my mind with witchcraft and just crazy machines and juices and whatever, right? So I didn't notice. There were moments that were like, huh? Weren't you like, didn't you look different? I really looked at her like, and I would look again. I was like, huh? And then she will come up, like her old face will come up somehow in her face. I was like, okay, maybe that's how she is. She just because I have moments where I look like my mom, and then I have moments where I look like my dad. So I thought maybe that's the problem here. She then brought me to, like, we will go like what young people do. We will go like to Amsterdam, go for a walk. um I was like free to go home. No, I wasn't. It was part of the plan to make it look like I was free to stay at her place, but I was also free to go. But that was never the case. I was really being bewitched and manipulated, and I was being monitored all this time, and they were plotting against me, a lot of plots. What they saw is she saw that I had a lot of goods, a lot of destiny goods. Like, she saw all these things that God had placed in me before the foundations that was predestined, and she was like, "We are going to destiny swap, and you will not know." Okay. The same girl broke my virginity after I told her that I didn't want to have sexual intercourse because I wanted to get married first. And so the next day she broke my virginity. And I didn't know what happened. I was like, what is this? Um, she did like mind control on me. She did MK Ultra on me in different ways. She did all these rituals, crazy rituals that she did on me, like a lot of rituals, and then two big ones. One to make me homeless and to make me beg on the street to make me homeless. She even came to my mom's house, and then she tried to like put my mom against me by hypnotizing my mom. And I tried to help my mom. I was like, yes, this is what she has been doing. So I was like going to my mom to tell my mom, from mom, wait, this is what she's been doing. Wake up, and it was not a dream. It was real. And she would yeah, so she would just hypnotize my mom, and she had like a whole force protecting her. So when I went and do that, I got fully bewitched, fully like I wasn't there anymore. I was gone. And she tried to do it with my mom, and it kind of like tried to work out. I mean, it didn't really work out the way that she wanted it to work. Um, and then she knew that I was vulnerable. She knew that I didn't have much protection. She didn't really know like support protection. She knew I had spiritual protection because she had to work really hard to destroy me. But she knew that physical protection was like to a zero. And after that, she did a ritual with me where I got like herpes or something like that. like an STD. And mind you, I'm not somebody who sleeps around, and I don't like that, but she made me experience it as if I was. And I was trying to protect that part, Um, Unfortunately, I even forgot that my virginity was broken because she did like mind wiping on me. She she wiped my memory, everything that she did to me. She was wiping my memory so that I do not remember that I was ritually abused. Um, she did rituals with snakes. She did rituals with demons. So she will like work with demons to enforce it, to get the energy, to get the anointing. Um, and the plan was to destroy my life. She was just sent. She was not a dating. She was not a relationship. She was a handler. She is like when a lover girl or a lover boy ends up in somebody's life, but she was a handler. She was just sent to destroy my life and to just to destroy my life. And um, I do remember one day where she got me bewitched again on the bed, and I couldn't move, but I couldn't open my eyes. But I could hear her saying, "I don't love you, I don't love you. I hate you, I hate you, I don't love you, I hate you." And I don't know if that was manipulation, but I could hear that she was like trying to get rid of any type of feelings that she had for me whatsoever. Because I was somebody who was kind and caring, and I did not deserve this. I was so kind. I cleaned the girl's mother's house. I cleaned her house, and she asked me, "How much do you want me to give?" And I was like, "No, I'm just gonna clean your house," And I was so good to these people. I was so good to her. I can't believe it. So after the destiny swap, the rituals and stuff like that. So the destiny swap was because she wanted my life. Okay. Um, and she said, "I'm gonna take everything from you, and then I'm going to destroy your whole entire life." Exactly in that manner. Okay. She didn't say whole life, she said your whole entire life. She said it to me in my face. Now, if you see, there are people on the internet and on TV that sometimes they come like a show, right? And they hypnotize people. I'm gonna let you know that it's true. It's not fake. They do that. It's possible to hypnotize somebody, right? And that's what she was doing. She wiped out my memory again, and she just started to date me. She had a student home. She knew that I was looking for a place. I'm moving from my mom's house, going to a student home because I was getting tired of being home and just being scapegoated and character assassinated and always walking on eggshells. And I was just like, I need a student home to go to. And I was looking for a student home. And at that time, she would say, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm just looking for a student home." I didn't know that there are people that will literally do everything in their power to make sure that you don't do what you are supposed to be doing or get what you're supposed to be going and whatever. In that season, I was rising. So I didn't even know that I was rising. But in that season, I was rising because doors were opening easily for me. I was like going to school, things were going good for me. Everything that these people from school never wanted me to be was happening. They were afraid, and I didn't even know. And so I was rising. And to be honest, even the fact that I met this girl and this internship all has to do with the rituals and the witchcraft they did former when I was at school. Okay, so now it was like every time I grow or every time I do something, somebody comes into my life, and this person was like, "Oh, let me, after destroying my life, she was like, "Oh, let me have contact with these people that were like working against her." So at this point, now these people are together coming up against me. The girl that swapped my voice and went to I'm gonna say it, she went to Holland's Got Talent and she won. She swapped my voice and she won. Everybody was clapping for her. Okay. She even invited her She even invited her to the student home, and I thought it was a coincidence, not knowing that she was literally working with this girl, giving her a student home. Here, you have a student home, you can live here. Do you know Trudy? Yeah, yeah, she's with me. I'm doing this and that and that. I remember her even doing like Caribbean spells on me. I don't know who taught her. Anyways, and apart from that, she started to recruit people and to just change my whole life, because the ritual that she was doing against me was not working. It wasn't really working. So she started to recruit people and recruit people to make my life difficult, for me to live in survival mode. Okay, if I get a job, the same group of people, like the same people, the agents will come to my job and work there and try to kick me out of my position or try to kick me out of the job. Okay, she will do spells, witchcraft, incantations against me so that I will not get a job, so that every time I would grow, she would try to kick me back. Every place I went, they would kick me away. They would not allow me to just have a breather. People will fight at me at jobs, and I'm just sitting, I'm not doing anything. They just hated me for no reason. And it was just horrible how these people, everybody had their own assignment. And so she started, and then later on I found out that she sold me out. She literally sold me out. She didn't only sell my soul when I was in relationship with her. When I was in relationship, which was not a relationship, she sold my soul. She sold my soul pieces, a part of it. Then during a ritual, she sold out a whole piece of my soul. Yo, they put souls in jars and they sell it. She put it in a whole bucket. And the ritual was so bad, I really thought that I was going to die. There was two times during the ritual I thought I'm going to die. Okay? But God did not let me die. God was with me. I could even hear the voice of the Lord telling me, saying things like, not really saying these things, but there was a moment where she would want me to sign a contract by force during the ritual. And it was not a normal ritual. I mean, she was not just human. And during the ritual, she would just like tell me to sign. And I was so like, my mind was not there. There was a remote control controlling me with spiritual devices and stuff like that. And I didn't know about, like, I'm surprised. I'm like, huh? I was like my mind was like, I was like almost like a TV. I was like, what's going on? And then she would just like turn me on and off and turn me on and off. So I was like all over the place. And then so the contract was there, and on the contract there was spiritual writings. So physically you don't see the contract, you only see it in the spirit. You see she has a whole thing there. And I just wrote no, because that was the Holy Spirit helping me here. The reason why God allowed this to happen to me is because there were legal access, and they studied forbidden knowledge, so they knew that they had access to do that. Since I was in a relationship with a girl, since I was in a relationship with this person, the handler, thinking that I was in a relationship with her, since I was connected to her friends, and it was like there was just access for them to do that. There was a legal right to do that. They checked up familiar spirits in my bloodline, my mother's blood, that were like not really in our midst. And then she kind of like, started to do the ritual. One ritual is a marine ritual, so I struggled for years financially, but also at night. Just not, it's not even funny. At night. And for the people that are spiritual, you know what I mean. And I would bleed at night like crazy. I was struggling with mind control, so I thought it was me going, the pornography that I will watch was crazy. That was not something that I would do. um there are certain decisions that weren't my decisions. I was just like being mind controlled to the next point. This girl hated me. She really did. Um, she hated me so much. She just hated me, just hate. And she hated the fact that I had a beautiful body, that I had gifts, that I could sing, that I was gifted. Like God gave me so many talents and so many gifts. It is not only singing, like wisdom, intelligence, just crazy stuff. And she was just trying to like steal things and destroy my life. Um, there are people that are gonna watch this and they know what I'm talking about. Those are the same people that have been trying to kidnap me. Those are the same people that want me dead, and they that want me unalived. And God has been protecting me from them, according to Psalm 91. Okay, so after all this that I went through, it was horrible. After all that I went through, it was horrible. But because of this girl and everything that she was doing to me, I found out that I wasn't only trafficked 10 years and a few months ago, I was trafficked before the 10 years and a few months ago, because she started to, I don't know if they hired her or that she went to them. Ain't one other way. Um, but it seems like they connected together, and that's how I found out that the people from the school that did MK Ultra on me, acting like it's some type of IQ test, character assassination me, telling lies that I am handicapped and there is something wrong with me and that I'm aggressive and I cannot learn, so that they can keep me in their system. And they started from a young age. Were the same people that were targeting me over and over and over again. Okay, they put me in a community, in a lifestyle where it was on it's like not easy to come out, because you are sieged with people that know who you are. They know everything about you. They have been gang stalking you, right? At the gym, at the street, at certain places, they just gang stalk you. Okay? And they are prideful. They really believe still that they will win and that they have it all, but they don't, because God is involved. They touched a prophet of the Lord, and they touched the anointed of the Lord. And spiritually, biblically, and spiritual law says, don't touch my anointed and do not do my prophet no harm. They touched God's anointed and they did do the prophet a harm. So they have a huge problem. And every time that God is like, yo, they want to do this and they want to do that, and I just listen to God. I listen to their instructions, but they think I'm stupid. They think that I don't that I'm spiritually dead. That's what they have been thinking all these years. And they were angry because I didn't kill myself. They were angry because I didn't unalive myself. Because the thing is, they weren't able to kill me. This girl will put a knife on my throat during a ritual and she couldn't kill me. She will put a machine on my head, tell me to jump off a cliff. No, she was trying to let me jump off a cliff. And the angel of the Lord came and she was like, oh, I can go there with you. She was trying to look for ways to kill me, to the point where the people from the internship, even them, they came and visit. And he was like, yeah, I knew you couldn't kill her. We tried that. We tried. I heard about her. It's really difficult to kill her. And so she was like, okay, if I can't do that, I can kill your life. You will not exist. I mean, you're fully bewitched, you're fully mind controlled, you have no job, you have no date, you have no family, and I'm gonna strip you of your relationships, your friends. I had a best friend. God assigned a destiny for me and her. She just went off with the witchcraft. She just went all the way. I lost all my friends, nobody to help me. If I had trouble, if I needed to come out of the situation, people would just look at me, stare at me like, yeah. So what, like, they weren't even thinking of helping me. When I needed to go to a psychologist, they would not help me. I would ask, can you pay 10 euros? Like, The witchcraft was so intense that nobody was helping me, because she didn't want me to be free. She didn't want me. And this is how I found out about being that I was sold out. That I wasn't only sold out with my soul, but I was literally being trafficked, okay, um, in a marine, and not only in the marine, but yo, not only in marine, but also in like space and stuff like that. She was just like all over the place with me. And the more I tell you the truth, the more they don't want me to live. And the reason why I am not afraid to share this, if you guys know Don Duval, okay, and those conspiracies and stuff like that, conspiracies is not, it's like real, it's not fake. If someone is talking about conspiracy, it's probably real, okay? So I didn't know these things existed, but I was targeted and I was trafficked and I was utterly destroyed, like in a nasty way. They treated my body like a bank, okay? They just nasty, spiritually, soulfully, mentally, physically. They just abused me, like just in a like it was just nasty. If I look back, I'm like, wow, y'all were nasty. You know how can you treat somebody, a body, somebody that hasn't done you any wrong, just because she can't kill me? You're like, okay, well, to us she's dead, so let us do whatever we want with her. They really were like, we can do whatever we want with her, whatever. They would frame me and put me into like a mental facility, and the people were like, girl, you're not, there's nothing wrong with you. Get out of here. And they would be disappointed. They tried so many things, but every time they failed, they are not understanding that the God of the universe, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the God that made heaven and earth truly does exist. And they only think that God was not with me because they had access to harm me. Every time they harm me, it's like, yeah, well, I had access and God is there, so probably God is not going to protect her. No, because there are spiritual laws. I had there were legal access for that. I had there were legal access, whether in my bloodline, whether in the choices I made, and they had forbidding knowledge. But just because you have legal access does not mean that you are allowed to harm a child of God. Yes, you can, but it doesn't mean that you have a pass like to harm. You're gonna get it back. You are gonna get it back. There is one man, I don't know what is going on with him, but he be thinking that he can actually unalive me, and I'm just like, no, you're not. This war has been going on for 26 years. I'm still alive. So the word of the Lord says, 1,000 may fall at my side and 10,000 at my right hand, but danger will not come near me. Just because you have faith in yourself does not mean that it's going to work on me. I'm just saying. So basically, this is my story. If you want to know what type of rituals were done to me, I can mention a few. There was one that was like for me to become like homeless and on the street, and it was like not a simple curse. Like it was more than that. It was like a ritual. Sometimes you like some people just curse people so that they should come homeless or do something, but she literally she took her time. She knew what she took her time. She was like standing in the middle of the room and doing incantations, blocking my mind, and God will let me see snippets. God will allow me to see snippets and I will just be blocked. She really took her time to do that ritual, and it didn't work the way that she wanted it. And so she recruited people. There are people that know who I am because of that, because of what they did to me. People that walk on the street and they know who I am. People that laugh at me and mock me on the street because of this my story because of what these people did to me, and they think it's funny. Yeah, for those who know what is gang stalking, for those who know what is gang stalking, and they actually believe that when they laugh, nothing will happen to them. They think that God is just gonna look from heaven and let them laugh at me. So what happened is I was searching, I was like singing a song about my destiny. And then God was showing my destiny, which He wanted to show me a long time ago, but because of the mind control and bewitchment, I didn't see. But I always knew that I was predestined for something bigger. And I would never tell anybody. I never did. I never told anybody I'm gonna do that. Like I knew some things, but I was like, something in me was like, don't tell people. And it didn't work out for me anyway. Right? Um, so what they do is they steal from you. They make revenge. They're making your life difficult. They are isolating you from your own world. So even like your own world is not really there. They have made a world for you to live in because of the gang stalking too, and just like owning you in a community. Destiny swap or stealing your star. I was living her life, and let me tell you, her life is horrible. Because if you curse people all the time, your life is going to be horrible. You will desire to destiny swap. But the fact that you destiny swap a prophet and the anointed of the Lord, I don't know what you were thinking. I don't know what you were thinking, but I'm happy that it was me. Because with me, after me, God will make it difficult for you. God will make it difficult. Innocent people, really? And they were putting a vow on me so that no one can help me or rescue me. They would literally hide me from my destiny helpers, hide me from people. I'm talking, these people never wanted me to become who I was. And so when they saw who I was, they said, oh, we will not allow her to know who she is, and her mother and her family and nobody. Instead, I was giving a narrative that I was disabled and mentally not correct. And my family started to believe in that and just really lying to people. It grew like cancer. It was just growing, spreading out to my church, to different people. And I was like, that's not who I am. The thing is, every time they thought that I was going to believe that about myself, but I never believed it. There were moments that I was so tired. I wanted to believe it, but something in me was like, no, this is not who you are. And that something was the Holy Spirit and my own conscience and my own spirit and my own heart. You guys know what, you know it. So here, they did so many rituals on me, marrying me like marriage, fake, acting like we're having a marriage and just like fake marriage. And she will say stuff like, oh, she's so stupid, she's so stupid. She thought I didn't hear her. She thought my spirit did not hear her. She would like try to poison me in my coffee, and I drank a little bit, but then I didn't want to drink it. So there were many times that I was drinking the coffee, but this time when I drank it, I just didn't feel like drinking it. That was God protecting me. There was one night that I took some pills and I just wanted to die because I saw a vision of me begging for money on the street, and that she was not there and I didn't have a family. And that's exactly the vision that she had over me. That's exactly what she wanted. And I saw the vision, and I thought that I didn't know it was a vision. I thought it was just me, like having thoughts of, oh my gosh, I'm done. Like my life is done. Who's gonna help me? Who's gonna rescue me? Nobody's gonna help me. Nobody's gonna rescue me, because I have experienced that where I was in danger. Nobody rescued, nobody helped me, and I was a child. So I was like, I can't live this life anymore. I'm tired. I had already gone through a lot before I met this handler, which were because of the same people I went through a lot. And so I called her and I said that I took some pills and that I don't know why and da da da. And she was like, "You're so stupid. Why did you do that? You're so stupid. You're so stupid." I said, "Where are you?" "Yeah, I'm at my father's place." "You're so stupid. Oh my gosh, you're so stupid." And then she stopped talking. And I was like crying and I was screaming her name. That's like how badly abused I was. Like she took advantage of everything that she knew about me. And then eventually I fell asleep and I don't believe I vomited. Maybe I did vomit, but it was something was like you like it seems like I had vomited all over the place, but I don't know. I don't know about that. And she had called the ambulance to come and take me because she in her head was like, okay, by now she's dead. So let the ambulance come and take her and out. I'm done. My job is finished. No, you're not. I'm still alive because God will not. Even if I died, I'll when I go to heaven, God will be like, "This is not your time. Go back into your body." You put me back into my body. So the people that really think that they can put an end to me because you don't want me to be who I am, you're gonna be put to shame real quick, real soon, like snippets. And so basically, after that, I came back to her house and I was like, no, I can't do that. She was being mean again. So the thing with that, it came to a point where it seems like she didn't even have control over her body. Like the spirits were taking over. She would just change her hair, which, and then she would turn around. She was like, oh no, because she was shifting. She didn't want me to see, but her hair will be water, like she's swimming. That's the marine. She was swimming or something. And I was just like, and then I called my mom and was like, I know that I have to choose between being abused here and feeling abused there. So I was like, because at home I was also going through a lot. So it was like I had to choose, right? And I just called back my mom and I thought, okay, maybe after this, after she sees everything that I've been through here, she would be more understandable and more like nurturing. And she wasn't. It was worse. It was like, here comes the punishment. Yeah, this is like, it was horrible. And mind you not, I was mind controlled, abused. My spirit was shattered. My soul was shattered. My brain wasn't like everything that she did to me because I was supposed to be dead. Everything that she did to me just started to manifest. Like I was feeling sick in my mind and I was peeing in my bed. And I was, at that time, I was 20 years old. Mind you not, I was 20 years old. Yes, there was time traveling involved. I didn't remember uh, like the years where I was working. So if I make my resume, I would like be so confused. I was like, huh? I was like, I would be so confused. Like I didn't remember the years. Oh, I just didn't remember the years, and I just didn't remember. And I was like, what? Why don't I remember? um I didn't have support at home, so the same people, because then now I went to psychologist and I went to a psychologist, and this there was a social worker that really loved me and really wanted to help me, but then the group of the people that she was connected to saw that I was at this psychology place, and then they came and acted like they were going to help me, stripped me away from the person that really wanted to help me, and then just started to say, yeah, we will give you AMDR, we will put you you will rest. I don't think you can rest in your mom's house because of the AMDR and the trauma that you've gone through. It will be worse if you stay in your mom's house. It's better for you to go to a group home. Okay, same people. Do you know when I went there, they never gave me AMDR? They never gave me psychology. They never did. Do you know how wicked these people really are? These are the same people. The same handlers, the same people, just connected, just networking, trying to destroy my life. Okay, eventually, what happened was um, I was like, I want therapy. And every time I said I wanted therapy, whether they would do like an IQ test and then instead of IQ test, they would do MK Ultra on me, or um, whether they would send me off to a mental group home instead. And the catch was if you stay here 2 years, you will get your own house. So I knew that I wasn't supported at my mom's place, and it was pretty painful because we are Christians, and that was painful, man. That was not normal. That is not no, that is not good. And I was there, and I was like looking at my age. Okay, I'm 20, going to be 21, and I can't stay in my mom's house, and getting a house is very difficult, so I might as well stay here and get the house that they have. So I wasn't really there for anything. I was just for the house, so that I would get a house. And they wanted to take the house from me. The moment that I was about to get the house, they now wanted to take the house away from me. And they framed me and placed me into a mental facility. And they laughed. They just laughed in my face. I was like, why is a psychologist laughing in my face? Why are these people laughing? I didn't understand. She was like, ha, ha. They were like, ha, 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 ha. I was like, huh? I didn't understand. I was like, why are these people laughing? Aren't they supposed to be professional? Oh, because these are the same people. Same networking, same people. And so they said, yeah, now because when you're there, you have to give a reason why you came there. And I started to say all I wanted is I just wanted to go to school, but they wouldn't let me go to school. And now they said that I should come here. And then the guy was like, put the phone down now. Turn off the phone. You're done talking. Which that's not even what they normally have to do. I slept there one night. I felt something come upon me. I got delivered from that. I slept one because it was the night I came that night. It wasn't the night that I was there. So I slept actually one day. So I slept the night and then again one day. And they don't even have like real curtains. Like anybody can just look through the windows. Like it was such a disgusting place to be, even. And after that, what really happened was someone came, and I'm pretty sure God was angry because I don't know who this person was, but she came and she said, "Why are you here?" And it's like, I don't know at this point, I don't know what you want to hear. I don't know what you want to hear. So it's like, I'm not going to say anything. I don't want trouble. I don't want to say anything. I don't want trouble. And it's just like, yeah, but if you don't say anything. And I was like, okay, well, I just wanted to go to school and I was trying to protect myself. Um, because I did like a cross on my door at the group home, and I was just trying to protect myself by making them feel like, oh, we should leave her alone or something like that, like, oh, she's with they probably thought, well, now she's with God all of a sudden or something like that, I don't know. And so I was like, I just wanted to protect myself because I wasn't like, I was not being protected, you know. They didn't give me food and money for days, and it was Christmas season. They just wanted me dead. They were like, I hope she dies. Like, when is she gonna kill herself? Like, why is it taking so long? um, and so that happened, and then they just put me into like a facility. And then the girl went. I said I just wanted to go to school and protect myself. That's all. And then she was like, okay. um she was like, all right. And then I went. I think the same day they said, yeah, you're gonna go to court and we are gonna give you medicine, and this medicines that you will drink, it's like by force. You will have to drink this by force. You don't have a choice. And I said, but I can't drink this medicine because when I drink these medicines, my body hurts. I become really, really big. My joints hurt. And then he said, yeah, well then that's your own fault. And I knew that these people didn't want me to have a future. I could sense it, that somebody was trying to keep me from my God-given destiny, because they had done so much evil against me, to the point where if I do become who I'm supposed to be, that everybody will look at them and say, you guys were lying. And so now they were, they had to keep it going. And it was bad, bewitching my family situation, knowing that I will have no support, letting forces be involved, uh, planning the whole situation, really, really organizing, orchestrating everything and framing me and all these things. Oh gosh. Thanks for Dan Duval. He understands that this is real. There is this man, his name is Don Duval. Go and Google him. Go and YouTube him. You will know that my story is real. And so after that, yeah, after that, what happened was